and we will move on to the next presentation. Yeah. Next on stage, we have the Deutsche Bahn with the title "Successful Implementation and Scaling of AI Projects at Deutsche Bahn," a case study on reinforcement learning-based train dispatching application and scalability. I want to welcome on the stage Torsten Deutsch and Hannes Lorkowski, both from Deutsche Bahn. Torsten, you have been employed as AI Development Manager in the AI Factory division of Deutsche Bahn, and Hannes, you are currently an AI specialist in the AI Factory in the AI and Dispatching project. So, the stage is yours.
Thanks for introducing us. So, thanks that you are with us for the next 20 minutes. I guess your expectation is we will be in time. Of course, yeah. So we will do it. So we already saved some time as the moderator introduced us. So maybe you have some buffer. Okay, so today we would like to talk with you about the implementation and scaling of AI, what we are doing inside of Deutsche Bahn AG. So we are really looking forward. And as I mentioned, we will skip some time. So he already introduced us. Now you can see again the names and the pictures. That's all. Let's focus on the challenges and where we are at first. So where we are on the market, and where are the companies on the market based on AI? It's let's say if you're talking to other companies where they are stand, everyone says yes, we are doing AI. We are doing AI. We are the experts in everything. Let's say it could be maybe, but it's not all the time right. So most of the companies, and you can see it on the right side, they are still in the proof of concept phase. That's not bad. That's good. Yeah. So you're already trying something, but if you are really would like to use artificial intelligence real in production, then you have to go some further way. You have to establish some operation model. You have to have some strategy in place and all this stuff. So that's quite important. And then you are, let's say, in the middle. But if you are really the best company and you are already far away, then from my point of view, maybe a startup or a company who has artificial intelligence in the DNA. But most of the companies are in the middle, let's say, the group companies. Of course, from our point of view, we are in the middle as well. Right, Hannes?
Yes. There was no other option.
That's good. You can say it on the left and the right side. So let's say there we are. So we are in the middle. That's from our point of view good, but of course we would like to have more. But what are the challenges? So I have some challenges with me. So of course we have some solutions, but for this part is Hannes responsible, not me. Yeah. So let's talk first of all about the challenges. You can see it, C-level focus. Yeah, of course, you need to have some support from the upper management. You have to have some sponsorship. Yeah, of course, you have to get some money inside of the company and all this stuff. So that's quite important if you have some C-level support who is not only knowing artificial intelligence from the Tagesschau app, you have to know really what is behind it. Second, so if you are talking about AI use cases, yeah, everyone has a lot of AI use cases. So, but most of them are, let's say, the proof of concept phase. I already mentioned this. They are some kind of silos. It's good to have it, but it's not the best way really to scale. And if you really would like to scale, you have to work together with the company, with this business part. Yeah, so. If you are just inside of the CIO department, yeah, could be that you can do some artificial intelligence, but what do you would like to achieve? You would like to solve a business problem. So on our side, we have some problems as well. So let's say we would like to arrive in time all the time. Yeah? So that's say one of our challenges. So even if we are looking on the talents or let's say on the people, There you can see it on the people who are really developing all the stuff. So you need inside of a company a lot of people who knows artificial intelligence, and so all the roles, the data engineers, data scientists, you know it. That's one part. But even you need to have some people who can work with the artificial intelligence, so with the application. So it's not all the time that someone is happy if he needs to work with with a new application. So therefore, it's really important if you are working on the new application and someone of the employees need to work with this. Please keep the change management in mind. So then data. We already mentioned this. Data is important. Everyone knows it. I will skip it as it's quite simple, like always. So, and if we are looking on the technology part, so for us as huge companies and even for other companies, the IT is growing. Yeah, so for more than 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So, but there are a lot of legacy systems in place. So that means you need to keep it in mind. If you are a small company or if you are a company with a startup, let's say, you don't have these issues, but in huge companies, you have to keep it in mind. That's some of the part. Well, then let's have a look on the first part of the solution. I guess I can talk to one part of the solution as well. Yeah? One part on our Deutsche Bahn AG is we would like to scale with the artificial intelligence factory or AI factory. So we have it in place since beginning of the year. And before we had a focus on just some small artificial intelligence solutions to solve, let's say, in some kind of silos, some special processes, some solutions. But really, if you would like to scale, if you would like to increase the usage of artificial intelligence, and if you really would like to solve an issue, then you have to keep in mind you need more data, you need to connect it, you need a connected landscape, you can see it. So it looks very simple. And from my point of view, everyone knows what is behind a connected world. And inside of a connected world, you need to have all the data in place, of course, but you have to know where is the data, which business problem do you want to solve, and not only focus on one solution. Later on, you need to connect all these applications. Let's have a look inside of the AI factory. What is the AI factory inside of the Deutsche Bahn AG? It's not or an organizational part who would like to do all this AI project. No. But we would like to enable artificial intelligence inside of the Deutsche Bahn AG. So we have a lot of teams who are working on this, and it's really great. But we would like to focus on inside of the AI factory on strategic projects and even for projects for other group parts inside of Deutsche Bahn AG, let's say for Regio, for Fernverkehr, for cargo. So that's quite important. So how we are doing this? So first of all, we are not sitting behind somewhere and say, yeah, we would like to do some great artificial intelligence. No, stop it. You have to go to the customer, really, what is the solution? So, what is the solution here, of course? What is the problem? Yeah. What is the problem on the business side? That's the most important one. Talk to these guys and say, where are the issues? What do you would like to solve? Then we can have a look. And this is what we are doing in the first phase, in the feasibility phase. Is artificial intelligence a solution for this? Maybe, maybe not. This is the first phase what we are doing. So we really focus in the, let's say, 6 to 8 weeks just to check if we can solve this this problem. Do we have data? Do we have the technology? Do we have the people? Do we want to know? Do we would like to do it right now, later on? Are we the right one? So all this stuff. So that's quite important to have this first phase. Otherwise, you can you can say all the time we will spend next 10 years and 10 million euros on all these problems and we will solve it. Of course not. We don't want to burn money. We would like to really solve solutions very fast, very simple, and then grow and learn with it. Yeah, of course, we are not all the time the right, or I'm doing a lot of mistakes all the time, but I'm learn from it. Even Hannes is doing this as well, very great. So, and then later on, we have some further phases like prototype. You can see it on the slide. So, and last but not least, we have some product phase where we really go from via POC, MVP, and to the product phase. And this really means go into production. That's a huge challenge. You know, in the huge company, you have a lot of rules which you need to follow and all the stuff. So therefore, you don't need to start with a project, let's say, and go for it 10 years. No, really do it in small steps, very simple way, and focus on the business problem. This is what we are doing inside of the AI factory since beginning of the year, and we are focusing, as I already mentioned, to increase artificial intelligence in the Deutsche Bahn AG, to use it to help each department to work on it. So therefore, let's say we have some governance part to help with some standards and all this stuff. This is what we are doing with AI Factory. So, but I would like to hand over now to Hannes, as Hannes has some examples from a great project. So what I'm talking in the theoretical way, he can talk from the practice.
Yes, thank you. Right. So from theory into practice. So the next few minutes, I would actually like to deep dive with you into one of our biggest projects in the AI Factory, called AI in Dispatching, where we are currently in a phase where we try to scale this project into several regions. But before I focus on that part, I would actually like to start and try to explain in which process of Deutsche Bahn we are actually and where we try to support. Yes. So in Deutsche Bahn, with our project, we are actually in the operation. But before operation, there's a planning phase. And we put actually a lot of effort into planning our schedule. But and Alene already checked for us, here are some customers of us. And if you are sometimes our customers, you might notice that the schedule is not always running as expected. Yes, this can have several reasons. Yeah? It can be long-term disruptions due to construction site that decrease our capacity. That could also be short-term disruptions like police operations, or a more recent example that can also be obviously some vandalism into our tracks with a fire attack, and then actually nearly no train is driving in the northern of Germany. Yes, and there's a point where our system gets unstable. The traffic dispatcher starts working and try to keep the system as stable as possible with doing some actions like rerouting a train or cancel a train. So at the perfect day of a traffic dispatcher, he is actually doing nothing. Yes, he monitors all the day the system and do actually nothing. But these days are very, very rarely. Yeah, and I also don't have to explain here about climate changes and stuff like that. And there's a high political motivation to increase the traffic volume all the time, extend our network. And at this point, it is actually nearly impossible for a human eye to keep track of the whole system. And it is definitely impossible to find an optimal solution. Yeah, they do a very good job, but then they have a very short time to find a solution when the system is unstable, and to find there an optimal way, this is definitely impossible. And so 4 years ago, in 2019, we started this project at the S-Bahn Stuttgart, where we try to find a solution to support these traffic dispatchers. And we came up with a solution using reinforcement learning and building up a supporting system that gives optimized recommendations for the traffic dispatcher and make the dispatching actually quantitative evaluate, so we can have an evaluation for actions of the traffic dispatcher. Important maybe also is that, of course, we are still a supporting system and the dispatcher has the full authority to act in his job. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have so much time to deep dive actually into that project and into the solution. But maybe we can focus today a little bit about the scaling. Yes. So building this system 4 years ago in Stuttgart actually runs pretty well, but it ended up in a very, very large code base, which was placed in 2 repos and was actually not scalable. Even it runs perfectly in Stuttgart, or very good in Stuttgart, there was the aim of scaling it into the next regions, but it was actually not possible using the code base. And I think this is a problem that a lot of AI projects has, that after the MVP phase, you have a very messy code, and then in the first step to enable the scaling process, it took us nearly a year to clean up the code base and building up and came up with an AI dispo platform that was actually scaled, that enables us to scale the project into the next region. So this is always the same idea, finding the components inside of the code that you can reuse, abstract them as far as you can. And so now we have 9 repos running in a microservice structure, and that was actually necessary to start the scaling process. And if in a perfect world, then it actually enables us to scale this project into the next region within approximately 8 weeks. Of course, there are still some challenges. One of the challenges is that not the whole IT landscape at Deutsche Bahn is actually completely consistently. So sometimes one of the components need to be adapted for that region. And the second big problem is that the requirements in the several regions are actually also not the same. So we need to tune the optimization function of the reinforcement learning and adapt it to the region and go into the region. So this is actually nothing where the platform helps us, but still we can use a lot of components and we use it, and then we only need to tune the things that we need to tune for the specific region. And this is also not only theory. As I said, we started 2019 in Stuttgart and then scaled it in 2022 to the S-Bahn München and the S-Bahn Rhein-Main. This year we try to scale to the S-Bahn Berlin, and the next year we actually try to scale to S-Bahn Hamburg. And besides that, there's also a smaller project inside of our bigger project where we try to find out how this platform is actually able to also scale outside of the S-Bahn system into the mixed traffic system, which we currently tried in the Marschbahn and the Rheintalbahn. And yeah, if this works well, then we can scale up to the next high-loaded networks inside Deutsche Bahn. So yeah, that's basically about the project. 2 minutes left for you, Torsten.
Just in time.
For ending up this presentation.
So many thanks, Hannes. So let's say I have a look on the key takeaways, and then we may have some seconds for questions. And of course, we are still here. Yeah? So key takeaways. We have a huge AI potential. I guess you know it. Skip it. Yeah. But I would like to write this down so everyone knows it. Therefore, what's the most important from my side? I already mentioned this in the beginning. You have to keep in mind, artificial intelligence is IT. Yes, it's great. But we are humans, we are people, and we need to work together with these applications. We need to develop this, we need to understand this. We, as employees, need to work together with these applications. So please keep it in mind. If you are working on these projects, there are a lot of people who would like to have fun, who would like to enjoy it during the development, but even who need to have this later on in the daily business. So therefore, keep in mind, change management is one of the key success factors of this. Not only these technical things, yeah? So then AI Factory is the key for scaling. So you can call it AI Factory or some other things, but you have to have a strategic way how to work on this artificial intelligence projects. So let's say you need an organization behind, which is not only in the IT department, so even together with the business department, yeah? Together with people. So 2 important things. And later on, you will have a lot of challenges. So even with the AI Act and all this stuff. So if you are inside of a company, you have to think about it. Yes, we have some legal departments and all this stuff. But as I mentioned, we are people, we need to work together. So even inside this legal department, not everyone is an AI expert. Everyone is saying this, of course not. So therefore, you have to have working groups. Yeah? Get some real legal department, some IT department, some business department, and talk about these issues, which challenges do you have? Not issues. We have all the time challenges. So talk to each other in some kind of working groups. For example, which effect has the AI Act for us? That would be one topic. So even you can talk about ethics and some other challenges, but let's say do it together. Yeah, that's thing. So then we are just in time. So now, thanks for your attention. We are looking forward to your questions right now. I'm not sure if we have some time. Yeah. So, but we are still here, and to enjoy your day and thanks.
Yes, thank you. We have time for one short question and one short answer. First hand raised there.
So nice project with reinforcement learning. I just wondered, so you have human AI interaction, and there we have to talk about over-reliance. Do you have to take on that?
Yeah, but actually I think we try to prevent this with our change management. So we visit every region once a month and interact very, very close with the dispatcher. And I think just explaining them the system this is our way of preventing such things. But yeah, that's actually a very good question. Actually, also one of, I think, a problem that a lot of AI projects will definitely have, and they come into product is that you need to find a solution for that.
Yes, you're right.
Nothing to add there.
No, of course.
Perfect. Then thank you to both of you.